helped find a nut for him and fasten it back up. But sometimes the seats will just break. You get a big heavy guy who weighs 270 pounds or something sits on one of them. But most of the time when they're loose, there's just that lock washer and it's a half-inch thread bolt, and then there's another half-inch. The lock washer has to be slightly bigger. It's a 9/16. But I learned something that's interesting to know, I guess. But so toilet seats won't be so damn loose.
With COVID, one of the things that came out is people started looking up all kinds of things that are antimicrobial and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I knew it a while ago, but really hadn't paid that much attention to it. But some kinds of metal are antimicrobial, like silver.
Really?
Yeah. And there was a big thing about copper, because some hospital somewhere figured out that copper was antimicrobial. So they started replacing the bed rails with copper rails.
Oh.
So when you touch the bed rail, the copper kills the microbes on the surface passively, right? And it's not a strong chemical in the environment. And the patient in the bed has this barrier around him that doesn't transmit microbes.
Yeah.
And then of course the bedding gets laundered, so that whole thing becomes. And what occurred to me is you could make toilet seats out of copper. Only one problem: everybody'd have a green ring around their butt.
Yeah, copper does tarnish in green. I know that.
Silver doesn't really tarnish that bad. Well, I guess it does kind of have a bluish stain sometimes on people's skin when they wear silver jewelry.
A lot of the stock market's going way down. I've been studying what prices are. Ford Motors is a little over 5. It was down in the high 4s for a while. That's cheap.
Some people are going to like it.
Yeah, I mean...
Some people like an unstable market, like those day traders and stuff.
Yeah.
Anytime they can predict the market, then they can leverage it.
But I'll tell you, another stock that dropped way down, and it's going to go back up too. They only went public about a year ago, Levi Strauss. Well, Levi Strauss, they're known for making jeans, and very good jeans. The jeans they used to make with the copper rivets in them and everything, boy, they would last.
What do you think about all these, this situation where people are stuck, unable to pay their rent, and that's putting the pinch on the landlords, and that's putting the pinch on the banks, and then that in turn puts the pinch on the federal government, which gets its money from us, who are mostly landlords. I mean, we've got this cycle of debt that keeps drawing the whole economy down because of debt and usury.
There was about 35% unemployment at the height of the coronavirus. It's probably slightly going up a little. I mean, not up but down a little now. But you know what? My wife and I, we got a check from the government, and we appreciate it. It was what they call it, a government subsidy is what it is, and we each got $1,200.
Is it a loan?
No, it don't have to.
Do you have to pay it back?
No, it's if you're working or if you're retired.
Because I heard that they were a loan that you had to pay back.
No, we don't have to.
And I can't apply for it anyway because I'm a second-class citizen because I don't have an address. If you don't have an address, then that puts a stink on it. But also on top of that, the state of Arizona doesn't put an expiration date on their identification cards. So if you can't drive, then you can't get your stimulus check.
Oh yeah, stimulus. That's what it was called. And
but what do you think about that? You got all these people who've been negatively impacted, and they're the most vulnerable. They're the ones on the bottom with no way to get up, and the state comes along and takes their driver's licenses away because they're fathers and stuff, And and that's a crime practically with the way child support works. If you're poor and have a child, man, they just come in and just destroy you. And so they punish you for being vulnerable and trying to build a life for yourself. And then when the stimulus check comes along, they deny you that because they've conveniently made it so that you either lie, you tell a falsehood, bear false witness on the government tax website by putting in a false expiration date on your identification card, which will come back to haunt you later. I just guarantee you, the bureaucrats that can come back and.
You're not videoing me now.
Sure, I am.
What?
I record all kinds of and when people have conversations with me, I record them now.
Well,
because I think it's important. To keep track of what is it that we're talking about in society, and what's important to us.
I got a question I want to ask you. Some guy was telling me he was working on my refrigerator and he fixed it and didn't charge us very much. He was a good refrigerator repairman. I had an old 2002 refrigerator that was made by. This is interesting. They sold them under the Cold Spot Kenmore name under Sears. You know who made all their refrigerators? Whirlpool. I didn't know that. So he got parts that were old Whirlpool parts and put them in because our refrigerator wasn't working. And the stimulus thing was appreciated by us. I don't want everybody to know that we got $1,200 each or $2,400 check. My wife had to sign it. But see, and this guy was trying to tell me that you cannot have dual citizenship. Now that's wrong because
dual citizenship is totally a thing.
Yeah, and this guy, he's uninformed, the refrigerator repairman. He said, no, if you have a United States citizen, you have a U.S. passport, you can't get a Filipino one too.